So here's our stylized flat, and sometimes you can use this as a starting point. Sometimes it might not be as easy. I'm gonna try it. Okay, so first of all, I know that I need to delete all of these fold and drag lines. If I had any shadows, I would delete those as well. We'll see how this goes. Sometimes it doesn't really help to start with this. So I'm gonna maybe draw this with the arm out. I'm just adjusting with direct select. I think I want it out even more. So this is why this might not be the best idea. But again, we'll try it. All right, so I really want this sticking straight out. And I don't think I need that extra anchor point there, right here. So I am going to delete my anchor point. And then I can really carve out and edit this sort of bat wing shape. So if that's what my pattern piece looks like, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, we're just gonna say it does, then that's how I would draw that side. However, I want it to be symmetrical. So I am gonna delete one side and then I'll have to re-reflect. So I will ungroup this. Nope. Ungroup. And I want just one side. Reflect, hold Option, and copy. Now I have a nice, I'm going to group these together just so I can go into isolation mode so it's easier to join, even though it's not looking like it's easy to join. Okay, group, double click, and direct select average, and join, and we'll do the same, average, and join. Okay, so that looks good. So I have my heavy outline. As you can see, it's a 1 point. Everything else is a 0.75, so I'm going to change the outline back to a 0.75. I think you don't need the gradient for a tech flat because it is supposed to look very flat, so you could just change it to a flat gray. And then I would only need to add my top stitching there. So you have your stylized flat and your tech flat. They look very different and they serve different purposes. Okay, so let's talk about call outs. I should probably put the top stitching back on this because we definitely want to make sure it's going to be finished the right way. And reflect, hold Option, click center front, copy, didn't quite work out. Such is life. Okay, really those should be perfectly lined up, but I'm just gonna leave it for time's sake. Okay, and I think, see how this line is a lighter weight. And change that for depth. Okay. All right, so now all of our seams and our outline are the same weight. Okay, so call outs. So I'm going to use the pen tool. I'm going to use a red stroke, and I'm going to call out the binding here. So I've got my red stroke, and then for arrowheads, you can choose whichever kind you like, and it can be on just one end. It can be on both ends, however you'd like to do that. I'll do one end, and then text, just click, and I would say 1/4 inch binding at neck. And I'm gonna say, so then I like to do shortcuts, Command C, Command V, and I'll say full length batwing sleeves. Quarter inch double. You can do double needle top stitch. Well, it's not really a top stitch though. Double needle cover stitch. You could say same for there. You could call out your hem width. So you say 1 inch hem. We already said what we needed to say on that side. Really on this, you don't need much. It's not a very complicated style. It's cut and sew knits. Yeah. So that would be your call outs. You may want to do overall lengths. So overall length is usually high point shoulder down. So you could essentially do to center back. Don't have it be a fill. Then I'm going to eyedropper that and actually give it a dashed line. Maybe I don't need that for this. And I could say overall length equals x at x inches. And that could be this. You can turn that off. You could call out measurements like sleeve measurements if you wanted to. Neck opening. I'm just going to do overall length. That's the main one, and I already said full length sleeve. So overall length and sleeve length are super important, and then how you finish everything. So that is your tech flat versus stylized flat and callouts.